Hello and welcome to another edition of UFO Video Addicts. Let me give you a quick preview of what I got coming up in this video. The first is a video that was taken by the NASA stereo ahead of this giant object entering into our solar system. And, you know, of course, NASA has a reasonable explanation for what it is, but it's bullshit. Also have this video here this was taken several years ago, I think 2 years ago, and I believe this was in Afghanistan. But there's like, I think 3 or 4 UFOs that were hovering over a military base, and our military actually shot a missile at it. This object here that I'm circling with my cursor was actually a missile that they fired, and I think it hit actually 2 of these things, but nothing happened. These things were still just hanging out there, and I also believe that this was taken in the infrared. Let's see, I also have this video here showing some type of craft transiting the moon, and this guy here, Crow 777, actually thinks that it's a man-made object because you can see the thrusters activating, and he concludes based on his analysis that whenever the thrusters were fired, that this object did slow down. Let's see, also have this video here of some UFOs that were taken over the Giza pyramid. And this is a recreation of a pilot in Mexico who was surrounded by UFOs. Let's see, I got a few from Reddit here. This is a mysterious Nevada sky event. Pyramid appears and vanishes. Another one here of a object that was taken from a plane, a flat object taken from a plane. And then the last Reddit video here is this one: 2 USOs emerge and submerge again in the Strait of Magellan in Chile. Now this one is kind of weird, but you know, this is 2002. Yeah, it does look kind of weird. Definitely, yeah, I definitely acknowledge it looks kind of weird. I'm not 100% convinced that it's real though, but we'll take a look at it. Also have this strange video of this giant sea creature. You know, when I first saw this link, it said it was a 100-foot unidentified sea creature. But you know, when you look at the video, it doesn't look like it's 100 feet long. And they actually try and pick it up. Let's see, here it is here. Some kind of, yeah, it's just a bone structure. But you can see in the video when they go and try and pick it up with the metal arm, this bone here just disintegrates into powder. Also have 2 articles here. Retired Navy chief says he has more information on UFOs. I know where the bodies are. And it's got this little 3-minute video that I'll go ahead and play. Hopefully I don't get hit with a copyright violation. And then last is an article here from the debrief. It's time to rethink some common assumptions about UFOs. And yeah, it's basically saying, you know, you can't discount all of these sightings that have been taking place for so long. We just have to finally acknowledge that these things are real, these things are here, and I really believe they're preparing the public for full disclosure. You know, again, I also think that the disclosure process it's not going to be a one-day event. It's an ongoing process, which is happening right now, right? Which is why you see a lot of news, UFOs being talked about in the news. Our Congress is holding UFO conferences. There's more and more government whistleblowers, I guess, who have been given permission to come out and reveal what they know. But anyways, let's go to this first video here. Yeah, now this one, I'm positive I have played this video before, but this is from the stereo ahead, which are satellites aimed at the sun to observe any strange happenings in the sun. And you're going to see down here in the right corner. Now this thing here, yeah, I don't know what this is, but it seems to be blocking some of I think this is like plasma coming off the sun. And then these objects here are planets. I believe this is Venus, and I think this is Earth. So when you see this object, it's going to be huge. It's actually bigger than planet Earth. But anyways, check this out.
As you can see, a strange geometric shape suddenly slides into the picture. And this is not an isolated case, because this object has been sighted by attentive observers several times in the past years. The strange apparition, in the form of a large wheel traveling through the solar system, strictly maintains its geometric shape during its flight and moves unerringly through the image. The shape is so precise, technical, and straight that one is bound to think of an artificial flying object.
Now, yeah, one thing I want to point out. Let's see, go back to here. That this is a planet. Okay, so I think he goes and he mentions that.
Picture. At the same time that this strange-looking
So this is Venus. Okay, and I mean, this thing. I mean, they refer to it as the Ezekiel's will, and in here he's going to try and say that NASA claimed that it was a reflection of something in the processor and the monitor, which again, it's nonsense. But there have been artifacts found on Earth. I don't think they show it in this video here. Like here, this part here, they're talking about Ezekiel's will. But there were instances where people have seen similar shapes like that. Oh yeah, here, right? That have been drawn by ancient humans. And there's it's not in this video, but I've seen other videos where they found petroglyphs of this exact shape. But yeah, look at this thing. This is huge, and I've said this before. Imagine that there is a civilization out there that are constructing spacecraft, right? That are moving through our solar system. That's bigger than our own planet. But yeah, again, NASA is always full of shit, and they're gonna try and tell you, oh, it's a reflection of something, an internal mechanism inside the satellite, which is nonsense. Anyways, our link will be in the description. And now this video here, yeah, this was from the U.S. military taken in Afghanistan. Let me go back a little bit and let's see, going back right about there. Anyways, check this out.
De que sean reales estas imágenes, nos haríamos una gran pregunta. ¿Qué hacen estos extraños objetos no identificados sobre el campo de batalla, flotando en el cielo y goteando algo desconocido en el suelo? ¿Tienes idea, si estuviste en un campo de batalla, qué es esto que estamos viendo? También es interesante notar que un misil parece impactar en dos de los ovnis de una sola pasada, donde se encontraban.
You see that? They fired a missile at it and it doesn't do anything. These things just still hang in the sky.
4 objetos en formación. Parecen explotar en el momento.
And look at this. It seems like it's dripping some type of material.
En que el misil hace colisión con ellos, pero una vez desaparece la explosión, siguen ahí intactos. Las probabilidades de golpear un objeto pequeño flotando con un misil aire-aire.
Yeah, and I don't think they fired multiple missiles. I think this is just the same video just being looped. But anyways, that's that video. Let's go on to the next one. Yeah, so now this is some object, craft that was seen flying across the moon. Yeah, let me just start it right here.
Isn't what I get now. But anyhow, it's an interesting thing. It changed my point of view on a few things when I saw it, because I had never seen any object where there was a light. By the way,
yeah, you can see how these thrusters are going off.
That thing that fell down on the left side of frame is because I'm tracking to center. That's junk on my sensor. It's not an object going by. The only object in this whole entire clip will be the thing that's in the center screen now. Anything else is just junk on my sensor, and it looks to be moving by because the way I'm manually tracking the object.
Yeah, look at that.
Look center. At the time, so many people went and looked.
Stop in time, but yeah, you can see these thrusters going off. But anyways, I don't want to play too much of this guy's video. Link will be in the description. Definitely check out his channel. Let's watch this one here. This is like a 5.5-minute video of crafts that were taken over the Pyramid of Giza. All right, hang on a second. Okay, let's see. Check this out.
Oh my God, what
What's it? What's that? What is going on?
Move to the left really quickly, didn't it?
Oh my God.
That just moved then. That fast.
What is going on? That was. I feel like it's looking at us. Why are they staring at us?
Look at that thing on your nose.
Whoa! Oh no! Oh my god!
Now, let me just jump ahead here when this thing actually starts to like split up. Right about here, I think. You see how this object is split into multiple objects, and they seem to be independent objects. Anyways, this is as much as I want to play with that video. Link will be in the description. This is about a pilot in Mexico who was surrounded by several UFOs. Again, on the underside of it, ends up pushing his craft or his airplane like 30,000 feet into the air. He freaks out. Anyways, link will be in the description. Let's go to this one here. Mysterious Nevada sky event. Pyramid UFO appears and vanishes.
It's a pyramid just floating in the sky over the city. I've got it on mine. Now it's starting to dim. Oh, don't you go away. Where are you going? What the hell? Dimmed to nothing.
What in the world?
I have no.
Yeah, you know, I think it actually moved away. I don't think it necessarily dimmed out. I think it just moved away so fast that it looked like it dimmed out.
Never seen that, something like that. Pyramid.
Holy cow, did we just see a UFO?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on like this, just in case, because it dimmed to nothing, in case it decides to go somewhere else.
No, this thing doesn't come back. Anyways, link will be in the description. Let's check out this one here. This video was taken by a good friend of mine in April 22nd, 2023 on a flight from Denver, Colorado to El Paso, Texas. It appears to look like a flat object, and as soon as it gets noticed, it's gone. Now, are there two of them? Is this another object up here, or is this just a reflection of this one? Yeah, that thing, again, that's instantaneous acceleration. It didn't disappear, it just moved away so fast. And, you know, instantaneous acceleration is one of the 5 observables that indicate that, yeah, you're dealing with a real UFO. Anyways, let's see. I found this one here on Reddit too. Now, I'm not 100% convinced this is real. Yeah, it's a 4-minute video. So anyways, let's check this out.
¿Cómo apareció de repente? No capté esa noticia.
algo raro que veo ahí, pero no te parece que
Yeah, you know, real quick, based on the movement, you see how the camera is shaking, and this thing is also um, the shaking coincides with the shaking of the camera, which would tell me that this object is there in the environment as opposed to something that was inserted into the environment. Because in order to match that shaking would be incredibly hard, and you know, I don't know if in 2002 any of these editing, you know, video editing software was that good. But again, I'm still not 100% convinced.
Ay, ¿dónde ya?
es posible que sea un submarino. Lo más que es muy bajo, está muy bajo. Pero yo ¿lo estoy grabando? Sí. Pero mire cómo se ve. ¿Lo ve usted o no? ¿Se está hundiendo, cierto? Pero en la orilla no es la orilla de celeste. Pero ¿qué se hunde? A lo mejor se ve que se hunde. Ahí se hundió. Se ve, ahora se ve el barco. Ahí desapareció.
Yeah, this thing looks like it's sunken back into the ocean, and I think it comes back.
Ahí podemos ver otra de las cosas extrañas. También, del agua.
Let me see. This is 40429. Yeah, this is 256. Yeah, so this thing must have come back.
No se nos alcanza a apreciar. Hace falta los binoculares.
Sí, ¿qué onda? Se mueve. Es como en una parte como blanco. Es una parte no, todavía está.
Se está hundiendo. Se hundió. No. Se hundió y había una cuestión blanca está arriba. Qué mierda. Es la misma cuestión blanca que estaba allá hoy. Se hundió.
And, you know, it looks like it either sunk back into the ocean, or are these like waves that are approaching the shore? I don't know. Anyways, link will be in the description. You can check that out. Let's see. This is a strange one. It says remains of a strange creature found on the ocean floor. Can you identify this mysterious animal? Again, this one, you know, the headline when I found this video, it said it was a 100-foot creature, but I don't think that it is. Yeah, let me just jump ahead where they try and pick this thing up. Let's see, it's sort of about there. And look at that. As soon as they touched it, it disintegrates into dust. And you see that little crab, so, must have been feeding on this thing. But how long does something like this have to be down there in order for that bone or cartilage to react that way? Anyways, let me see if this thing will give you a better shot of this whole thing. Yeah, now I'm going to assume, because the other end of this spinal column, or whatever this is, this bone structure is tapered. I'm going to assume that the other end is the tail, and if the other end is the tail, then this would be the head, right? So what kind of creature, a serpentine type creature would have its head structure shaped like this? I mean, there could be, completely reasonable explanation for this. Some people might know exactly what sea creature created this. Right, again, like you have to assume that this is the structure of the skull. I take that back. This could be a tail, and maybe the other end is maybe this is the front. I don't know. Link will be in the description. Check it out. Let's go to this article here. It says retired Navy chief says he has more information on UFOs. I know where the bodies are. A former Navy senior said he wants to share information on a potentially important sighting, but worries he would be sent to jail. Imagine that. Imagine being sent to jail for telling the truth about something you saw. A retired U.S. Navy petty officer claims to have more information on a UFO sighting in Afghanistan, but he cannot reveal it because he doesn't want to go to jail. Withholding his identity, the former military figure said, "I'm going to be honest with you. I'd love to tell everything in detail, but I'm not willing to go to jail to do that." Speaking to Fox News Digital, he added, "I'm constrained because of security agreements, so they need a way for submissions to be made. Some lawmakers have raised concern about the lack of options for people to report potential UFO sightings." Again, why would our government make sighting a UFO illegal? Think about that. If you, as an individual human being, see something that we would consider odd, right? Again, I've been making these videos for so long, and I've done enough reading on history that people seeing UFOs is not something unusual, right? Again, we as a species have seen these objects for thousands of years. But anyways, let me just play this video here.
Event, South Asia, MQ9, looking at another MQ9, and what's highlighted there in that red circle is an object that flies through the screen. Unlike the previous one, this one actually shows some really interesting things that everyone thought was truly anomalous to start with. First of all, it's a high-speed object that's flying in the field of regard of two MQ9s. Second, it appears to have this trail behind it, right? Which at first blush you would think that looks like a propulsion trail. In reality, if you want to play the first slide, we'll show you what that looks like in real time, the first video. So we're looking at that. There it goes. Why don't you play it again and then pause it halfway through? Right there. All right, you might be able to see that trail there behind it. That's actually not a real trail. That is a sensor artifact. Each one of those little blobs is actually a representation of the object as it's moving through. And later in the video, as the camera slews, that trail actually follows the direction of the camera, not the direction of the object. We pulled these apart frame by frame. We were able to demonstrate that that is essentially a readout overlap of the image. It's a shadow image, right? It's not real. Further, if you later follow this all the way to end, it starts to resolve itself into that blob that's in that picture in the top left, right? And if you squint, it looks like an aircraft because it actually turns out to be an aircraft. Go ahead and put that on. So you'll see the tail sort of pop out there. And so what you're looking at is, this is in the infrared, this is the heat signature off of the engines of a commuter aircraft that happened to be flying in the vicinity of where those two MQ-9s were.
Imagine that. Look, again, this is another bullshitter. He wants us to believe that this round object is a commuter craft, right? A regular plane, even though it doesn't look like a regular plane, right? We don't, again, as our country or Russia or China, we don't create spherical flying craft. But again, look how just blatantly they lie and try and tell us, don't believe your lying eyes.
Why am I showing you this? So the first one that I showed you, we don't have resolved yet, right?
Right, yeah, this obviously is a plane. This looks nothing like this. This is a UFO, a UAP. Again, and this is from RO, so again, that's a government, the government agency that's supposed to be tasked with investigating these things, but they're obviously, I mean, if they have someone like Kirkpatrick, or I think that another guy named Fitzgerald, right? They're bullshitters. They're working for the government to make sure that we don't know, or that the truth is kept obscured. Now, anyways, this is the last article here from the debrief, talking about it's time to rethink some common assumptions about UFO. Sightings of UFO may challenge our entire worldview, but the facts are too compelling to ignore, and they're not going away. So it's time to wash off the sticky stigma and engage in serious discussions about the evidence and its implications. Most UFO sightings are attributable to man-made objects like experimental aircraft or satellite, innocent misidentifications of Venus and other celestial objects, or outright hoaxes. However, we now know that in a minority of cases, there appears to be something else going on, something quite extraordinary and beyond our current comprehension. So yeah, this is kind of a long article, but yeah, I guess, if any of you people are still skeptical about this stuff, this is just an article that says, come on, it's time to get with the program, right? Stop believing the lies that are being pushed by the people within our government, who obviously, for whatever reason, there is still a faction within our government that wants to keep this information hidden and obscured. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. If you like things like this, please give this video a thumbs up. Please share this video, and more importantly, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It will help me out immensely. Take care.